What's going on, everyone? So, do you guys all remember that movie that came out in 2008 called Splinter? Yeah, I totally forgot that was a thing, but I recently ran into it on Prime and decided to watch it again because I was bored. It's a pretty interesting movie, so I thought, hey, let's just talk about it. It seemed like a topic, and I haven't been doing anything recently. Now, I don't think it's mentions if it's an alien, parasite, anything like that, but it does start off with it already infecting a animal, which attacks this gas station dude. Rip, I don't even know his name, but kills him, infects him. We see him later on. Now, from what I know, this thing takes over the host's body and fucks him up. I mean, look at that thing. It's completely destroyed. And after that's all said and done, we do finally cut to our main characters. I don't give a shit about names, so I'm going to be Nerd and Strong Woman because she is mainly the most manly of the two. Anyway, they're out camping. He gets promised sex. Obviously, his chimp brain does it. But they break the tent like total noobs. I don't even know why she wanted to go camping if she doesn't know how to set up a fucking tent. Anyway, they go back on the road, and we do see these two people, Druggy and Hammerhead. They look like they're on the run, and they will take them hostage, really, is what happens. While they're on the road, they do run over an animal that is infected with the whole Splinter thing. That nerd fool? Useless. He couldn't set up a tent. He constantly won't stop moving when the dude's aiming his gun at him. He's gonna get everybody killed. And then he doesn't know how to change a fucking tire. He can't drive clutch. So he does nothing in this. He's like the weakest character in this thing, except for maybe the druggie because she does die when they get to the gas station, which takes us right into where the majority of the film is shot. This gas station. They get there. She goes to the restroom. She encounters the guy. The guy chases her. She dies. The thing attacks the car, which we'll find out later. And they run in to the little convenience store in there and lock themselves in. Okay, so now Hammerhead goes out there to rescue his girlfriend, right? But she's already been infected, so she chases after them. She comes back to a life in a way, I guess. And her hand gets cut off. The thing's moving on its own. That's creepy, right? Nerd guy that examines it says that it's deteriorating on its own or metabolizing or metastasizing, one of those weird words. After that, they're looking for a way out. They're complaining, whining a lot, and the Hammerhead fool is definitely getting pissed off at the nerd. While they're doing this, though, the local sheriff does come in. They are looking for Hammerhead because he's wanted. He's a criminal, right? And it doesn't look good that there's blood in the area, but the two bodies are gone. So while she's doing this and she thinks that they have like Stockholm syndrome, the thing lowers itself up from the roof and splits her right in half through her guts. Very gory, kind of crazy. It looked painful. The craziest thing though, it takes up her top portion of her body, right, and it combines itself to make like a mega monster, which is pretty cool if you think about it. So they make a plan to get her radio because her lower torso is still down there with the radio. But when they're trying to get it, the monster does finally come down from the roof, and it's huge and nasty, bloody. And they freak out and they pull it, but it rips off, right? It lowers a 10 through the little hole that they were using, and they do cut it off. Now he notices something in this. It's there, it's moving on its own, right? Like we saw before. But it's like being attracted to the heat. It's pretty much heat seeking. It's a heat seeking missile. But then they realize like that's why the thing went for the car instead of him, and that's how it knows where they are. So they devise a plan to bring his temperature really low to then go to the car to try to start it. But sadly, before we do that, we do have to go back to what Hammerhead's dealing with. When they did crash the car in the first place, he did get pricked by one of the splinters. So he finally reveals that he's infected. His arm's starting to break his own fingers, and they end up having to cut off his arm without any real pain medicine. And they have to do it with like the worst weapons possible, and it looks just excruciating. And I would hate to be in his position there. Ugh. Anyway, they go outside. Well, he goes outside, the nerd. And sadly, the firecracker that they were going to use to start a fire doesn't work. So Hammerhead has to go outside and distract the monster, but he runs back inside, and the monster does manage to get inside. So they get into this huge fight, and they end up running back outside. The place is starting to catch fire and everything, and Hammerhead gets his shotgun and shoots it a bunch of times, and then shoots the thing, and it finally dies, but everything's on fire. The gas station's gonna blow up. Sadly, cutting off his arm wasn't fast enough. He is still more infected, so he went through all that pain for nothing. So he takes the hero way out and shoots to the gas station, and it all blows up, and he lets the other two escape. He does give them this key to a bank account that he wants them to give it to the person he kills' wife, I guess, just so she gets the money, because he did feel bad about it, I guess. Now, at the very end of the movie, we do see that in the forest right behind it are spores that infected other animals. So the Splinter thing is still around, and most likely the world is over. You know, they're screwed because it's spores, so it's gonna travel, and it looks like it already went to other animals. So you know, they're fucked. That's it. Now the movie, like overall, very basic, very simple, very few locations that they went to, which is pretty impressive for a horror movie. Acting was terrible. You know, it's a bunch of no-name actors that you don't really see. Monster was cool. You know, they didn't let us see it too much, and there's a lot of fast cuts to it, but it was pretty interesting. I like some of the kills. Favorite one is definitely the sheriff, how she died. The lamest one is the freaking cracked out lady, because all that happened was she fell to the floor and died. How boring. I guess it's about like a 6 out of 10, because story could have been better, acting could have been better. It was whatever, right? Very entertaining movie to watch with like your homies or anything like that. So like definitely give it a watch. It's definitely fun to watch with people. Just chill out. It's not really that scary. Anyway guys, have a good one, and it's good to be back.